All right, this is Ricole here for Loop TT, and we're here with Mr. Ian Liverpool. He is the man, the brains behind Fallout All Inclusive. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. So let's just, get right into it. Fallout has, from what I understand, is an event, an all-inclusive, that more expats would have attended and frequented. And in recent times, a lot more locals have kind of touched into it, and now they're all over it. What can you say about that in terms of, what do you think has really attracted them, appealed them to this event?
Well, what I think happened was, like you said, it was the party started off catering to expats. It was a Tuesday. There was nothing going on really. For those who were bored, we just started off by saying, let's have something. And we started off with this whole thing. As for the locals coming in, I think the expats brought the locals. Because, I mean, they come in their family here. You ask where they're going. They say, well, we're going to this party. Okay, come along. So I think that, and apart from that, I think the fact that we started doing the boat rides drew some attention to the local, crowd. So I think that's basically what is, causing the influx of the locals at this particular point in time.
Do you think, well, let me just backtrack a bit. I know that now the event has moved from Maracas St. Joseph to now the Oval. Do you think that that has a large part to do with a lot more locals frequenting this event?
It could be because it's very central and very accessible, all that, kind of stuff. I personally wanted to keep the Fete decentralized by keeping it out of Port of Spain because, everything is in Port of Spain and, I mean, for ambience and all that kind of stuff. But for logistics, it just became a logistical problem with the shuttles and the parking and all that kind of stuff. So the Oval was just, it was just a smart thing to do, But I think it's convenience. I think convenience overweighs everything else. And the Oval is just convenient.
Yeah. Do you think that, one, the larger number of people who are attending as well as the venue change may affect or is affecting the quality of the event? Do you think you're still getting the essence of what Fallout has always been?
Yeah, I think so. The reason why is this. Fallout is based on our friends and family. It's about our lime, and now it's just a bigger lime, right? And I use the term like a ripple effect. I don't consider myself to be a promoter. I consider myself to be a limer who has fetes, right? So it's a ripple effect. My friends, my family, the people around me, closest to me, fun, outgoing, that kind of stuff, and it goes outwards. So, I have a personal term where I say the house may have changed, but the furniture is the same. So in essence, Fallout is based on, I say it all the time, Fallout runs on the fuel of its friends. So it's the people, it's not the place. Yeah.
So I know that you have a very tight-knit team. Do you think that team or the unity or the strength of the unity of that team has contributed to the success of Fallout?
Definitely. Definitely. I don't know how other things run and how they go, but ours is based on my business partner, which is, I say business partner, but I should just leave out business and say partner, who's a schoolhood, from school, he's a friend from since growing up, his brother, everybody. And then outwards of that is my cousins, my close friends, that kind of stuff. So the team is very, like you said, it's a close-knit team. And based on that, I think that's one of the reasons for the success. Because, you want to have people that you really not just trust or anything like that, but enjoy being around and you're accustomed and comfortable with. So I think that, yes, definitely, because of the team, that closeness.
So it's not a situation where, with other events, you just have committee members and everything has to be people closest to you.
It's close. And there are people who would come in who may not have been initially, but then, they're taken into the fold and you're under the umbrella. So, and we say we take care of our own, and that's just how it is. So eventually you become part of the team, you become part of the family. Family is a term not just for people that you're blood relative to. And I say that for a fact. One of my closest people is not even bloodly related to me, and I consider her to be a sister. So family is the people really closest to you. The people look out for you. Yeah?
All right, so let's kind of, move away from Fallout for a second. I know you also have another event called Full View. Yes. It's based in South, and it's a breakfast party.
Breakfast all inclusive, yeah. Full View was launched last year. I think it was the 18th of January last year. We did a launch in Gulf View. Again, decentralizing. Carnival Sunday, we moved it, by the way, to Carnival Sunday this year because we just launched it at that date. But the intent was to have it the Carnival Sunday. Everybody's coming to Port of Spain and environs, be it Santa Cruz, Port of Spain, everybody's coming here.
It's like the battle of the breakfast parties. And
Everything's in town.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that I stood back and I looked at it when we were coming up with the idea of the party, and that there's a whole bunch of people from Grand Bazaar to Icacos. Right? And they have friends and family who live in the States. They travel back and forth. They want to party too as well. And I'm thinking if we can provide a quality breakfast party in your backyard, why would you want to leave where you are to travel all the distance? You know? So we call it introducing, and I don't want to say it like that because I looked at the events that were in South. South basically have a lot of the 3 to 9 fetes. They have all inclusives and stuff, but there's no breakfast party per se with like what's in Port of Spain. So we are providing that in South, and I'm thinking, and this is my thinking, that fete in the next 3 years is as big as Fallout. Yeah.
I'm guessing, well, I'm assuming it was very well received last year.
It was very well received. I mean, we did a full run in the newspapers for like a week. You know, I think it was a surprise to them because they didn't expect it. So that was the whole thing. But I mean, we already tried and tested in Fallout. So it's just Fallout in a breakfast form, you know. So
I'm guessing that based on the reception and the brand that you guys are establishing with Fallout, it would be an easy move for people to want to go to full.
Easy transition. And we haven't even really fully marketed that party yet. That party is still going on. People who came and gonna come, and like people who know about it. But it's going to build, and again, it's building on Fallout. Next year, the name won't even be the same. Next year, it'll just be Fallout and Fallout Breakfast. So the whole full view would be removed altogether. And 2016, it's Fallout and Fallout Breakfast.